can't do it on the road versus a good football team, and we got to get it fixed because, you know, before you start winning, you got to stop losing. We're doing some things right now that are preventing us from winning.
That impressive. But by the way, the most impressive I've seen with the Cleveland Browns offense has been the game Shedeur played against the Panthers, where he had no reps, storing the trash cans, and he came in dropped.
Kevin Stefanski has stunned Browns fans by acknowledging that Dillon is not the solution and that he is unable to help the team secure victories. He admitted that Dillon isn't performing well enough to execute plays effectively and stated that the team won't be able to minimize turnovers until they bring in Shedeur Sanders. Analysts have pointed out that the Browns offense looked its best when Shedeur played against the Panthers, leading many to believe Stefanski is planning to start Sanders. While the exact timing remains unclear, it appears that this move will happen soon.
Punched out of bounds on a 3rd and 4. Single setback, Warren, Rodgers, pump, Rodgers.
Kevin Stefanski didn't hold back in his assessment of Dillon Gabriel's performance, placing much of the blame on his own play calling. He admitted that his offensive strategies had failed to produce results, affecting both the offense and defense. Stefanski pointed out that the issues weren't just on the players, but stemmed from poorly executed plays that disrupted the natural flow of the game. Clearly frustrated, he confessed that the current scheme wasn't working, leaving the team struggling to find any rhythm or momentum. The lack of execution left them stuck, unable to move forward in a meaningful way. Kevin Stefanski acknowledged that Dillon was unable to execute the planned rushing attack, a key element the team had hoped would be his strength. He admitted that Dillon's inability to run the ball effectively was a significant setback, especially since running was his primary asset. Stefanski also pointed out that Dillon's passing game was lackluster, with a completion rate barely above 50%. It was clear that after supporting Dillon for so long, Stefanski's patience was wearing thin. His frustration was evident as he seemed to be finally losing faith in Dillon's ability to lead the team moving forward.
To score points, got to run the ball efficiently, got to find a way to be better in the pass game, all of the above.
Since Stefanski's comments, the buzz has been growing, with analysts increasingly agreeing that Shedeur Sanders is the best option for the Browns. Garrett Bush, a well-known Browns analyst, boldly stated that Stefanski is now fully aware of the stark contrast between Shedeur Sanders and the underperforming Dillon Gabriel. Bush went on to describe Dillon as an average player, while he hailed Shedeur Sanders as a once-in-a-generation talent. The sentiment is clear. The Browns' future may lie with Sanders, and many are now convinced that he's the missing piece the team desperately needs.
It's a difference. You mimicking one and the other is the creativity behind it. And everybody ain't got it. Some people ain't got that quality, that star quality, where I could hook up in the middle. And some people ain't got that. That's a God-given ability. You can't.
Garrett's assessment holds true, as Dillon Gabriel struggled mightily even against the Steelers' defense, ranked 29th in the league. He finished the game with under 200 yards passing, no touchdowns, and likely added to the misery with at least one turnover or sack. This poor performance only worsened the team's offensive woes, with the Browns managing a dismal 9 points. It was another frustrating chapter in a streak of underwhelming offensive efforts, highlighting the growing concern over Gabriel's ability to lead the team moving forward.
Left. Gabriel fires, incomplete.
Garrett Bush contended that if Shedeur Sanders were to replace Dillon, even with the current struggling offense, he would be able to make something positive happen. Bush argued that if that change occurs, the narrative around the league would shift to one topic: how Shedeur Sanders single-handedly rescued the Browns from another disappointing season. The spotlight would undoubtedly focus on his ability to turn the tide, offering the team a glimmer of hope amidst the ongoing struggles.
Shedeur about to come in here and fill up for 300. If he do, they're going to put the Browns on TV every week. Because it would be that impressive. But by the way, the most impressive I've seen with the Cleveland Browns offense has been the game Shedeur played against the Panthers, where he had no reps, storing the trash.
Mary Kay Cabot also took to social media with a bold statement, declaring Shedeur Sanders as the best passer in the game at the moment. She went as far as to suggest that if the Browns gave him the opportunity to play, he would excel. Cabot praised Sanders' throwing accuracy, drawing comparisons to Josh Allen, but emphasized that it's his natural talent that truly makes him stand out, giving him an edge on the field. Her remarks have only intensified the mounting belief that Sanders could be the spark the Browns need to turn their floundering offense around. Mary Kay Cabot also acknowledged that Dillon may not be the player capable of carrying the team. She emphasized that it's clear Shedeur Sanders is ready to take over and should be given the chance to play. Cabot stated that if the Browns were to question why they believe Sanders is prepared, the answer is simple. He himself has declared that he's ready. She urged the team to trust in Sanders' confidence and talent, stressing that now is the time to let him step in and show what he can do. The growing sentiment is that Sanders could be the key to turning the offense around.
What we know about Shedeur is that he feels ready. He feels 100% ready to start and play a football game. How do we know that? Because he said it in an interview.
In conclusion, the situation with the Cleveland Browns has reached a critical turning point. Kevin Stefanski's public criticism of Dillon Gabriel has sent shockwaves through the fan base, as he acknowledged that Dillon's struggles are at the heart of the team's offensive woes. Despite supporting Gabriel for a long time, Stefanski's admission that Dillon is unable to execute the game plan has opened the door for potential change. Analysts, like Garrett Bush, have quickly seized on this opportunity, pointing out that the contrast between Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders is glaring. Many believe that Sanders, even with the current struggles of the offense, could bring an entirely new dynamic to the team. Mary Kay Cabot has further fueled this growing sentiment by boldly claiming that Shedeur Sanders is the best passer in the game right now. She highlighted Sanders' accuracy and raw talent. The pressure is now mounting on Stefanski and the Browns front office to make a decision. The lingering question is not if Shedeur Sanders will get the chance to play, but when. If the Browns are serious about improving their offense and avoiding another wasted season, they must take the leap and trust in Sanders' potential. With his proven talent, confidence, and ability to adapt under pressure, Sanders may just be the spark that revitalizes the Browns' offense and sets them on the path to success. The clock is ticking, and the Browns' fate could rest in the hands of Shedeur Sanders. What do you think, Browns fans? Do you agree with Kevin Stefanski's assessment of Dillon Gabriel's performance? And do you believe it's time for a change at quarterback? Can Shedeur Sanders truly be the answer to the Browns' offensive struggles? Or are we placing too much hope on an untested player? How much of an impact do you think Sanders could have if given the chance to start, especially given the current state of the offense? Do you think this is the right move for the team, or should the Browns stick with Dillon and continue working through the issues? We'd love to hear your thoughts.